So let's start with the base. I think we're going to make a base about this big. And first thing we need is base sticks. Now the base sticks, you're going to cut off the butt ends of your 6 or 7 foot. In my case, my longest willow rods are 6 foot. But I don't need to cut them because I already have this bunch of base sticks laying around ready to use. So I prefer to use these, even though they're not necessarily the thickest sticks that I have. So I already prepared base sticks here. I've prepared 7 base sticks, even though I only need 6. You know, you always want to be prepared in case one of them gets ruined. So we have our base sticks, and they should be, suppose I want to make a base this big, they should be longer than this base, about, I would say about 2 inches longer or something like that. So these are fine for us. And now let's choose our stakes. For you, I think it's best to use 6 foot. I would use 5 foot. This pile over here is 5 foot rods, and I think I'm going to use one of these. I don't know if I'll use the thickest bunch I have here, or perhaps maybe I'll use this one. So you can use your 6 or 5 foot. You have to make sure that they are slightly thinner, or perhaps as thick as the base sticks, preferably thinner. And I'm thinking about where the border is going to be. Now I'm not really sure what we're going to do yet. But I think our border is going to start about here, something like that, about in this area, and it seems to be a good thickness to turn down the border, so I'm going to use this bunch over here. So how many do we need? We need 24 for our basket. Of course, if I need 24 stakes, I will probably prepare more. So let's take something like 28, something like that. So I'll just put it aside, and then later I'll take 28 of these. So we got our base sticks and we got our stakes. And now let's choose our Waling rods. These over here are 4 foot willows. And I think I'll take my my Waling rods from these 4 foot. They're not the thickest. I think I have actually 6 different thicknesses here, and this would be number 3. So I'm going to use these. Now, how many do we need for our basket? Basically 12 for the lower band and for the upper band, and then 6 and 6. So that's basically we need 36 overall. But I will, as I said, I always like to be prepared and prepare more than that. So maybe I'll prepare 40, 42, maybe even 45 for our Waling. So I'll just put it aside for now. Then later I'll take 45. So now for our Randing rods, I've actually chosen these rods. They're quite short, about 2.5 feet. And I think for beginners, it's best to work with short rods for French rending because it's easier, less confusing, and I want us to make 3 sections of French rending in our basket. So you want it to be short so that the sections of French rending will not be too big. So one section of French rending is 24 weavers, and we're going to make 3 sections, so that's 72. And I checked, and I have 80 something here, or maybe even 90, so I'm just going to soak the whole thing, and this is what I'm going to use for French rending. Next, we're going to need a base weavers. So first of all, I always like to use some leftovers like these for the beginning of the base. So maybe I'll take, let's take 6 of these, if you have, for the beginning of the base weave. Let's put it over here. If you don't have them, that's perfectly fine. I think I'll make my base weavers from the thinnest 4 feet that I have here. For our base, I think I'm going to prepare about 20 of these. I think this should be enough. Let's take like something like 20, 26. That should be enough, right? So 26 base weavers. Now, the only thing that we might want to choose now is handle weavers, but let's just wait with this for now, and start with what we have.